everybody is beautiful in their own way, and it's no offense to other ones, but I think with Jasmine, you do find a good quality of women that are, above and beyond just amazing looking, and just also just kind-hearted, and just focus a lot of the time, sometimes not on only themselves, but also on you, and just wanting to make sure that you also have the same great experience, and that both of you can just enjoy.
Oh, that was so well said. And like a gentleman, I like how you were like, everyone's beautiful. That's very kind. Yeah. Okay. So you brought up some really good points, which is that you feel like the girls are really kind-hearted, and they want to make sure that you are having a good time and happy. Do you have a favorite memory on the site that's more like connection based that stands out to you?
Yeah, I would say I'll say two. I'll give two. One was with one, I could see that this model was kind of, working hard, and she was, trying to do her best to get as many, points, and, trying to be in the reward and everything. But you can tell that she picked up some extra hours to stay on, and she was feeling a little bit tired. So one memory is just, I kind of talked to her. She was really cool. And I just thought, I'm going to go in with her and just let her take a rest. I have enough for an hour. I told her, this is on me. Don't have to do anything. And just kind of let her, just take a rest, and just kind of let her do her thing. Maybe take a nap, go to the restroom, do whatever. And she was very grateful. Then we talked a little bit, and it was fine. And then another memory was just this past Christmas with one model. I kind of just, again, same thing, 1 hour, just kind of had this fun time of just talking, sharing memories about growing up, and just things that we did basically, and during around these times, around the holidays. And it was a fun time. It was just laughing and sharing memories.
Oh my goodness. It just sounds like a good time. And it's so cool that like in the digital age, we have this opportunity to make connections with people that we normally wouldn't be able to.
No, yeah, exactly. And especially around the world, same thing. I mean, we shared memories, like I mentioned. And with that, it's kind of just like, well, I'm from the US. She's from another country, I think from Russia. And, she kind of explained her traditions and what they used to do growing up. And then I kind of explained what my family used to do, and just everything that we enjoyed, and that we, just all the times that were good.
Yeah, I love that so much, actually. There's something about that sounds really fun. You're speaking to someone from Russia, and you're learning about the holiday traditions of that country. It's almost like you're getting a chance to travel there or learn about it. Do you feel like you've learned more about the world and the people in it because of Jasmine?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've learned about different locations. Some I knew a bit of it, just because I do love a bit of history, and I do just like learning about different cultures and about traveling. But I think learning more about customs, and just where some great places, and just like how people interact there, I think it's great. It's, again, traveling without actually going to the place.
Yes. From your perspective, what is the number one benefit or joy that Jasmine brings into your life?
I think the one thing that does bring joy into my life is just, I would say, one, there's a pleasure to it. I would say that brings some sort of joy, comfort. I think also it does build me, I would say, some confidence. I think for a while I had lost a bit of confidence during kind of the middle part. When I was in school, kind of in college, I kind of began just mostly focus on school, wasn't as outgoing anymore as much. And I think I just kind of faded and retracted back from kind of trying to date. And I think for a long time I was like, well, maybe this person doesn't want me, maybe this person. I think this has, in a way, boosted my confidence again. I get pretty flustered easily, and kind of get pretty nervous sometimes. But yeah, it's kind of it took me a while to turn on my camera and just to talk or just to show more of myself. And I think it really helped me with the ones that I've been with, just telling me these things and these compliments, which a lot of the times I can sometimes, and anybody does it, can be very critical of themselves.
You have no idea how happy your answer just made me. That is one of the best answers I've heard. So you're saying like your positive experiences with the models on Jasmin, actually, you're able to carry that positive experience into your real life and feel confident from that experience and feel more open to your real life.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I would say that. Yes. That has very helped me a lot going back out there, and I think being more bold than before.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to ask you about the models that you're closest to,
Mm-hmm.
or that maybe you spend the most time with.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say it is that you really enjoy and like about them?
Yeah. I would say first and foremost is just the connection, is just kind of the personalities. I know it's kind of silly and just kind of very like, oh, it's cliche or very like simple, but it's true. I mean, I think for me, that's the first thing that I look at when I go into a room. It's kind of getting a connection and seeing if it will work out. If it doesn't, if it's one-sided, at that point, I feel like maybe this isn't where I need to be. So it's first personality. Can we laugh? Can we just, just chat first, before anything else goes in. Then, of course, I think just they're very beautiful. And I think a lot of them, some of the features that I like, I think are mostly the first things that I look at is eyes and smile. I think that's something that if they have that, if they have, I guess that sparkle, I would always say, I think that's what I kind of pull in and gravitate more towards.
Yeah, that I know what you're talking about. That just brings like a joy and a lightness
Mm-hmm.
and fun.
Right.
I just really like what you said about the fact that your interactions with the site and with the models has helped you open up
Mm-hmm.
in your day-to-day life and feel more confident.
Yeah, absolutely. It has, especially, like I said, in the career that I have, although it's, like I said, I'm more of a technical support guy, sometimes you have to be sure when it comes to giving answers. When someone says, are you sure about this? Are you sure about that? Is this how it's supposed to go? Or where am I supposed to look at? You can't just be like, I think it's over here. I think it's over there. Or, waver. You have to be confident. I think this has also helped me and realize, I can be confident through the screen or in person. And I think that's also helped me a lot. I think same thing, it's silly, but yeah, a lot of my bosses have told me, like, we hear, we also see that you feel more confident in what you're doing and what you want. And I think it's all of this. When I first started here and also in my career, I think I was a bit nervous. And I think this, again, build that confidence and made me more bold.
That is incredible. Seriously. So you have even, had other people say, we see a difference in you.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. It's just something that's true to me. And that's something that yeah, I am seeing more and more of myself, is just more confidence. I think as I'm getting older, I think that's something that you especially do need. And yeah, I'm very grateful for everything that this site has done.
What is it about the experience with the models or the site that you think is making you feel more confident?
It goes back to them, I think, especially, again, like I said, a lot of them, again, using the end of the holder and everything, but yeah, a lot of them are very beautiful. A lot of them are just amazing. And it's also just knowing that, wow, someone like that can say something like this to me, not saying that, again, I'm some schmuck, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like myself, again, you are your own worst critic. I think a lot of times you do feel a little bit like, do I deserve this? Do I need this? So I think them, pulling that out of me and telling me, because some have told me, look, believe this. This is true about you. And I think that does make me go, you know what? I think that is right. You know what? Look at yourself and, or even if you don't believe it, make it true.
Yeah, that's such a good point. And you're so right. We are our own worst critic a lot of times. And I think a lot of times we see things about ourselves that no one else sees, like, and then when you have someone else, and it could be anyone, but when you do have someone else on the outside that's like, hey, you do this really well, or you're like this, and I really appreciate it, then you can start to see or accept those things about yourself more. And so I really, it makes sense to me how this would propel you forward with more confidence. And I think it's so cool that it's to the point where your bosses are recognizing it. And yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is very true. And I'm very, again, grateful.
I'm curious, like as a member, what would your message be to people who have negative judgments about the site or the models that are working on the site?
Yeah, I would say that, give it a try. I would say if you're feeling, nervous, it's all right to be nervous. That's how I came in. I think, yeah, take it step by step and let them know. A lot of them, if you let them know, I'm not comfortable with this or I'm not at this point, they'll understand, again, it's not always about, money or about getting the most out of you or seeing everything that you have, they're respectful. And same thing, as long as you respect them, they'll respect you. And I think that's important. I think, yeah, second thing, I think, like I mentioned, I think, like you said, just it has helped me in a way of being more confident, just in my daily life, not just in dating life, but just in regular life.
I'm curious, like, and only if you feel comfortable and want to share, you gave an example of how this confidence has even helped you at work, where you're very clear and direct and your bosses have noticed. But I am curious how it has helped you in your dating life. Like, what are some examples that you feel more confident to do? Or, yeah.
Yeah, I would say just going up and talking more. I would say that is something. Although right now I haven't gone out more dating, so that's the only thing. But I think I've been more able to, when there is a situation where I'm meeting a new set of people, especially a new set of women, that I'm not as shy or just, wait to see what happens. It's kind of, I like that person. I think I'm gonna try and see what happens. And I think that's something that before I would always kind of just wait to see what happened, or if they talk to me first, then that would be my entering in. That's how I would usually do my kind of my flirtation, and just kind of my connections is kind of wait for this person to maybe say hi or something, or ask me something. Then from there, start talking a bit more. But now just kind of striking first, I guess I would say.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's really good. That's a good thing, So it sounds like, yeah, you would wait for the invitation.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the times I was always waiting.
if you could describe your experience on Jasmine in 1 or 2 words overall, what would it be?
1 or 2 words. Okay. I would say, all right, I think I got one word. Yeah. And so just uplifting.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome interview.
Yeah, no, thank you for the interview as well. And I think I've enjoyed this too. Like I said, I had no problem sharing this. It's something that I just, again, love. And it has once again uplifted me.